Here's your disclaimer. Pause the video, read this. By watching this content, you acknowledge and accept these risks. Welcome to Trade Factory AI. I'm Mike, I'm a day trader, and I trade options. I want to set the table for the rest of this channel, about 75 videos that will all build on each other. I'm not going to tell you what to trade. I'm not going to flash a P&L screenshot. And I'm definitely not going to teach you how to wire AI into your broker so a bot trades your account while you sleep. What I am going to do is teach you how to build the same system I built for myself. A factory, an assembly line, a repeatable process that turns AI into a coworker and turns your own trades into your own training data. So let me set the table. 3 quick things this channel is not. 3 things it is. And then I'll walk you through what we are actually going to build together. What this channel is not. Number 1, no trade calls. I'm not going to tell you to buy this strike at 9:32 and sell it at 9:47. There are plenty of channels for that, and most of them are selling you something. Number 2, no automated trading bots. I know that's where every trading channel is racing right now. Hook AI to your broker. Make millions while you sleep. I'll be honest with you. I'm not there yet. Maybe in a year or two, but today, AI still drifts. Its memory is unreliable, and I'm not handing my account over to a system that forgets what it learned last Tuesday. And I'm not going to teach you how to do it either. And number 3, no get-rich promises. I'm not going to tell you a $500 account turns into $50,000 by Friday. That's not a trading channel. That's a sales funnel. If that's what you're looking for, no hard feelings. There are channels that do that. This isn't one of them. What this channel is, here's what the channel is in 3 pieces. Number 1, a process, a repeatable, boring, almost German engineering kind of process. I'll walk you through it on the next slide. The point is, markets change, tools change, AI models change, the process does not. Number 2, AI as a coworker, not a guru, not a bot, a coworker. The point of AI in the system is to do the tedious work. Scan 100 emails, summarize the macro calendar, compute scores, fill templates, read the chart, name the lesson, write the next rule. And number 3, a self-coaching system, memory, tagging, analytics, a way to take your trades and turn them into your edge, not someone else's setup, yours. I want to give you this metaphor I use for this whole thing because it changes how you see it. Centuries ago, the German trade guilds had this apprenticeship loop. You learn the craft, you practice the craft, you review the work, and eventually you teach the craft. Learn, practice, review, teach. That's the loop that built every master craftsman for 500 years. I just took that and pointed at trading. Pre-market prep is your learn, executing the trade is your practice. The end of the day review, which is your report card, trade write-up, playbook, that's your review. And the weekly, monthly, annual review, that's where you start teaching the system back to yourself. And here's the thing nobody tells you. Something magical happens when you start teaching. Ask any elite trader when things really click for them. I'd be willing to bet a lot of them say it was when they started teaching other people. Because the act of teaching forces you to actually understand what you're doing. That's the loop. That's the whole channel in one circle. Let me make that loop concrete. 6 steps, same 6 steps every day, every week, every year. Step 1, pre-market. Catalyst, scan, macro calendar, email digest, watch list, levels, scenarios, the plan for the day. Step 2, execute. Actually trade your pre-market plan, not someone else's, yours. Step 3, daily report card. Grade the day, discipline, process, risk control, patience. Name the lesson in plain English. Step 4, trade write-ups. And from those write-ups, playbooks for your A and A plus setups only. The B, C's, they get written up, but they don't get promoted into a playbook. The playbook only grows when the trade earned it. Step 5, weekly review. What patterns showed up across 5 days? Step 6, monthly and annual review. What patterns showed up across a quarter, across a year? And here's the key thing. Every output feeds the next input. Today's write-up grades tomorrow's pre-market. Last week's review tunes next week's plan. It's a feedback loop. It compounds. And once it's running, it just runs. Now let me back up and talk about why I built this in the first place. Because I think you might recognize yourself in this picture. Most traders don't fail because they don't have enough knowledge. Most traders fail because they have too much knowledge and none of it connects. You take an options course, you learn about Greeks, volatility skew, gamma exposure. You take a tape reading course. You take an order flow course. You subscribe to a service that shows you the gamma walls. You buy the cheat sheets. Next thing you know, you're $20,000 in debt and you're still not making money. Why? Because you have no memory of what you learn, no process to use it, no tagging system to surface patterns, no review loop to spot what it's actually working for you, and no playbook for the trade you nailed. You become a knowledge collector. You don't become a trader. That's me 2 years ago. That's a lot of people. And the next slide is the moment I realized AI by itself wasn't going to fix it. I started this whole journey with ChatGPT. I knew what I was supposed to be doing. Pre-market prep, daily report card, trade write-ups. I just didn't have time. By the time I read all my emails, scanned the calendar, and prepped properly, the market was closed. So I built a template, dropped it in ChatGPT, and said, fill this in for me each morning. In the first couple of days, beautiful. Day 1, perfect. Day 3, perfect. I was sold. Then around day 6, I noticed it. Subtle drift. A column moved. A scoring scale changed. I'd correct it. Hey, you missed this section. And it would say, yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry. Won't happen again. 2 days later, different drift. Day 12, nothing matched. The template I'd carefully designed was just gone. I had a friend in town from San Francisco, aerospace engineer, in town meeting with NASA. We're driving in the car, and he drops this on me. AI doesn't have a good memory, and it's trained to be polite. So when you correct it, of course it says yes. That's its job. But yes doesn't mean it actually understood you. That was the light bulb. AI without structure, a junior employee with amnesia. The fix isn't a smarter model. The fix is a system around the model. Once I started noticing that AI was drifting, I asked AI, why are you drifting? And it came up with a long skill. And for a while, it worked good again. We had the skill of everything I was supposed to do. Trouble is, the skill got too long. It quit working. We'd fix it. And then the next day it was broken again. The template wasn't matching. And I asked, do a complete, honest, thorough audit of the trade factory. Be honest with me. How can we fix these errors? And what it came up with was an orchestrated agent system with a RAG to memorize to an SQL database built around 4 pillars. This is the core of everything we're going to build. Pillar 1, memory, a continuity log that gets read every session. A rolling memory file for things like earnings reactions, a database for every trade. The system knows what it did yesterday, last week, last month. Pillar 2, tagging, 11-dimension tag index. Every trade, every setup, every catalyst gets tagged. So when you ask, what time of day do I do best on day 2 continuation logs in a trend up regime? The answer is 1 query away. Pillar 3, templates. Locked specs, version, and here's the part most people miss. A validator that throws a build error if a template comes back missing data, or with placeholder text like TBD. No half-built cars leave the line. Pillar 4, workflow. Orchestrator agents that walk through the steps in order. Pre-flight checks that confirm we have real email scans and real web research before we even start filling the document. Memory plus tags plus template plus workflow. That's your edge. Not a smarter prompt, a system. Before I show you the modules, I have to give you the foundation. The whole trade factory AI rests on 3 words. Catalyst setup trade. All three required, always, no exceptions. Catalyst is the reason new participants show up to the stock today. News, earnings, macro data, sector rotation, a tweet, something, technical levels. If there's no catalyst, there's no fresh money coming in, and your setup is just a chart pattern in a vacuum. Setup is the chart pattern that tracks the size. Is the setup a mean reversion? Is it volatility and range? Is it breakout? Is it a failed breakout? Is it a day two continuation? The pattern that institutional desks recognize and act on. Trade is the specific entry, stop, and target with size that matches your conviction score. 2 out of 3 is a coin flip. 3 out of 3, that's an A-grade trade. And that's the only kind of trade that ever gets promoted into the playbook. We'll come back to this ideal over and over in this series. 17 modules, 1 assembly line. Okay, let's actually look at the factory. This is the file structure I run on my own machine. 17 modules. Each one is a station on the assembly line. Each one has a job, and the output of one becomes the input of the next. TF-00 is the continuity log, the shift report, read at the start of every section. TF-01 is the master playbook, lock templates, and reference docs. TF-02 is the pre-market. TF-03 is daily review. TF-04, 05, 06, weekly, monthly, annual reviews. TF-07 is the tag index. TF-09 is the automation code, the validators, the builders. TF-08 was left blank for a reason. TF-010 is the playbook itself, A and A plus trades only. TF-11 is your knowledge base, your RAG, where all your courses, cheat sheets, and instructions live so AI can pull from them. TF-13 is the news and catalyst. TF-14 is the options education. TF-15 is the earnings intelligence engine. TF-16 is the scanner lab. TF-17 is the web app version of all of this, running in your browser. And TF-18 is the AI coach. Don't memorize this. Just know every piece of work has a home. Nothing falls through the cracks. We're going to build them piece by piece across the next 75 videos. Now, instead of describing them, let me actually show them to you. I'm going to switch over to the web app for the next few minutes. Here's what the web app actually looks like. On the left, you see the sidebar. Every module has a page. Pre-market watch list, trades, daily report card, weekly, monthly, annual review, live trade, coach, tags, knowledge base, analytics. Up here at the top, the page header. Pre-market plan, the action row on the right is where I trigger the build. AI generates summary, scan market. Then the top sections, date, sleep score, macro catalyst, tag, market regime. Below that, the market summary and recap, prior day recap, overnight news, sources, theme of the market, environment, SPY, QQQ, VIX, situational awareness, risk, liquidity traps, what am I missing, overseas, sectors. Down here, the watch list table, where every ideal gets a row, then the stock analysis checklist, the chart upload zone, and the notes section. Bottom right corner, save pre-market plan. Whole page used to be a one-page document. I'd scribble on a notepad. Now it's a 26-page structured plan, and the AI builder takes about 20 minutes to fill it. Why so much detail? Because if I tried to read every email, score every catalyst, and review every level by myself before the open, the market would be closed by the time I was done. AI does that legwork. I show up to a finished plan and read it. This is one of my favorite tools in the whole system. I call it the Premarket Matrix. Step 1, pick the gap condition. No gap up, small gap up, large gap up, extreme gap up. Each one has a probability range. Under 0.3%, 0.3 to 1%, 1 to 3%, over 3%. Step 2, pick the market structure. Trending, range expansion, balancing, consolidation, volatility, and range. Step 3, drop in your scores. Catalyst score, technical score, earnings type. The matrix takes those inputs and instantly tells you, given the actual market environment in front of you right now, which setups are A plus today, which are scratch it and walk away, which are maybe with confirmation. Now, to use this, you need to have your own setup cheat sheets first. You need to know what day 2 continuation means to you, not to me. We'll build the cheat sheets together in a future video. 3 documents land every single trading day. Let me show you them in the app. First, trade write-ups. 1 per trade. Every entry is a durable record. Date, ticker, setup, tag. Click any one of these to see the full write-up. Catalyst, setup, entry, exit, P&L, the chart, my entry, and the exit marked in the lesson. The daily report card, grades for discipline, process, risk control, patience, hold time, plan adherence. And 1 rule for tomorrow. 1, not 10, because if I give myself 10 rules, I'll remember 0. 1 rule, named tomorrow, gets remembered. And third, the playbook page. This is the magic. Only A and A minus trades get promoted into the playbook. The playbook is the highlight reel of trades you actually want to repeat. This is what the system does for you. It captures the lesson while it's hot, same day. It promotes only the trades that earned it. And tomorrow's pre-market plan starts by reading yesterday's report card. The loop closes. Now that you've seen the documents, let me show you why they're worth keeping. Every trade lives in a database. Could be hosted by Postgres. Could be SQLite. Could be BigQuery. Pick your poison. What matters is every trade is a row with every tag, every score, every dimension. So you can ask questions. What time of day do I trade best? What setup is my A+? What catalyst type, earnings, macro, sector gives me my biggest edge? What ticker do I have a real read on versus tickers where I'm just clicking? On the left, that's an SQL query. On the right, that's the answer in a Jupyter notebook. Average edge per setup sorted. Day 2 continuation is a way up. Midday compression. That's a losing setup for me. Cost me edge every time I touch it. That's not theory. That's a number computed from my trades. And once you see that picture, you do 2 things. You stop trading the bottom of the chart and you find ways to size up the top. This is what AI is actually good at. Not picking the trade, but reading the database, spotting the patterns, telling you where you're leaking edge. Your trades become your training data. That's the whole game. Now here's where things get interesting. This is the part of the system that I'm currently building out. Up top, the trade form. Ticker, direction, setup, trade type, strike, expiration, entry, stop, target. Below it, session state. P&L for the day, positions taken out of 3, consecutive losses, sleep score, and down here, the chat panel, the pre-trade gate. Picture it like an AI sitting next to you while you trade. Not making the trade, watching you make it. I hold 2 keys on my keyboard. I voice talk the trade. I'm long QQQ 666 calls scalp, and the gate runs all 7 checks instantly. Catalyst, score, setup name, market context. Did this trade match the pre-market plan? Is the size appropriate? What time of day? Past the 10 a.m. gate? Options math. Is the strike too far out given the time left? Have I been on tilt? Any losses in the last 90 minutes? If anything's red, the coach flags it. Warning, that's the same scarcity exit as last Wednesday. Sector veto short. You don't have a specific trigger. Wait or skip. It doesn't pick the trade. It catches the moments when I'm trading on tilt or revenge trading or FOMO. If I don't give it a setup and a trade, it automatically flags and reads it back to me. And all I do is hold a button because I watch my level 2. I watch the time and sales. I don't have time to type in the moment. So I hold the button. I tell them where my setup is, where my trade is, where my stop is, what my target price is, and if all of that matches the trade up, it gives me the okay. It reads back to me. But if anything's a caution, it'll tell me what that caution is, so I don't even have to take my eyes off to the time and sale. That to me is the actual killer use of AI in trading. Not predictions, discipline. This is the scanner, one of the most asked for things, so I want to address it head on. Most traders subscribe to scanners someone else built. You don't really know what's in the code. You don't know exactly what it's looking for. And the alerts are tuned for someone else's edge, not yours. What I build instead and what we'll build together in this channel is your own scanner. I'll teach you how to write the code yourself with AI's help. This is the web version, but I also have scanners for Thinkorswim, TC2000, TradingView, whatever your platform, we can make a scanner for it. And I'll show you which AIs give you real-time data for free, not just end of the day. And for TC2000 and Thinkorswim, if you want to learn what the code is that they're already using for, say, a pre-market scanner, I'll teach you how to ask AI so you learn. Because that's how you learn. That's how you learn how to write code, by doing. And I'm going to show you how to do it. That's what this platform is for. What's free, what costs, and why. Let me be transparent about the money side. On the left, free forever. The pre-market template, the daily report card template, the trade write-up template, the cheat sheet prompts, the tagging system, how to set up memory, how to wire your own database, how to build your own scanner. All 75 videos in this series, free. In the middle, the subscription. I built the web version of all this, Trade Factory AI operating system. I showed you some of the screens. And I'm wiring in real-time data, the live codes, the real-time scanner, hosted memory, and database. Real-time data costs money, especially when you're using it as a business. Hosting costs money. So if you want the hosted version, there will be a subscription to cover those costs. If that's interesting, send me an email. I'll let you know when it opens up. On the right, the boot camp. For the people who want a full white glove install, 3 full days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we will walk through every one of the 17 modules and set up your private system on your machine. Limited seats, email me if interested. And one important thing, I will not share trades. I paid for those in courses. That's not fair to the people who taught me. If you want coach trades, go straight to the source, SMB Inside Access, especially Jeff Holden, the best trader development teacher I've ever come across. Not affiliated with him, just calling it like I see it. The roadmap, the 3 parallel series. Here's how I'm going to roll this out so you know what you're subscribing to on YouTube. 3 parallel series running at the same time, about 75 videos total. Series A, the system. How to set up the assembly line, folder structure, file routing, memory, tag index, lock templates, the validators, the 3-layer save, the plumbing. Series B, the process, walkthroughs, live pre-market, live end of the day review, building playbooks for A+ trades, weekly, monthly, annual reviews, how all the loops connect. Series C, the tools, the trade matrix, the scanners, the AI coach, the live trade mode, SQL and Jupyter analytics, the earnings intelligence engines. I'm going to keep most videos around 10 minutes. This first one is longer because it's the introduction. You only get one shot to set the table. And here's where you come in. In the comments, tell me which one to ship first. I'll prioritize whatever the channel asks for. If there's certain videos and questions that you have, leave it in the comment or email me. The real goal, become the teacher. I want to leave you with the most important idea on this whole channel because it's the thing that took me longest to figure out. You're not going to magically become a profitable trader because AI fills out your pre-market plan. AI doesn't make you a trader. The system doesn't make you a trader. You make you a trader. What this system does, it takes 10 hours of busy work of your day so you can spend that time doing the actual thinking, reading the chart, naming the pattern, writing the next rule, reading the pre-market plan, reading the trade write-ups, reading the reviews that AI does. And as you do that, week after week, month after month, something quietly shifts. You stop being the student of the courses you bought. You stop being the customer of the signals you subscribe to. You start being the trader, and eventually you start being the teacher. Because here's the secret. The act of teaching is what makes the lesson stick. You will be the one teaching the system back to itself. And by doing that, you will be teaching it to yourself. All right, that's the pitch. If any of this hit home for you, here's what to do. Hit like. It tells YouTube this kind of content matters. And it costs you exactly 1 second. No money, just 1 second of your time. Subscribe. By subscribing, you will be notified when new videos come out. I've got around 75 videos coming. I'm going to roll them out as fast as I can. I'm going to try for 3 videos a week, but I can't promise you that. And most important, comment. Tell me what you want to ship first. The scanner, the matrix, the pre-market walkthrough, the coach. Tell me and I'll prioritize. If you want bootcamp info or you want to know when the web app subscription opens, email me directly. Mike@tradefactoryai.com. I'm going to be honest. If the channel doesn't get traction, I'll probably make about 10 more videos and I'll call it. If we get a real following, I'll make all 75, maybe more. That's up to you. Either way, thanks for watching this far. Let's build something real together. See you in the next one.